Hi, sir. Sorry, I think we were facing some issue.
Hi, no
Hi,
worries.
hi. How are you, sir? And thank you for joining the session today.
No worries at all. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Sorry for I think I was facing some technical issue, and that was the reason I wasn't able to take you in.
Okay. Yeah, no worries.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, quite excited about this session. And yeah, excited to answer whatever questions you or the audience may have.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to give small introduction about Chirag sir. Chirag sir has been a student of Mr. Yash sir, and through him we got to know about you, sir. And thank you for joining and taking out time for the students of Create Curve. There are many students over here who are into music and wants to make a career out of it, and I think you are one of the great person. They can talk and they can get more ideas about the music industry and how they can manage their studies while tackling or having the passion for the music.
Absolutely.
Uh, so, sir, I just want to first know, how was your academic year? You're in school, how were you, and then how you why you wanted to switch for taking music as your career?
So, I mean, I was like, I guess, decent in academics and all. I was quite interested in math, chemistry, physics, and all. And in fact, even in college, I like studied that further, studied statistics, math, and all. And so I always liked that, and also it helped me in my job experience and things. And now I'm utilizing it even in my music career, which gives me like a different perspective, I guess, unique perspective of things. And so yeah, so that's always there. And the reason, and but my main my main passion was music always, you know. So ever since I was a kid, I was into singing, playing like the piano, playing the guitar. That's what I used to do when I was a kid, and then slowly went into guitar and and other things. So yeah, that's how I ended up pursuing it. Yeah.
Was the journey very difficult for you from switching from academics and completely going into the music career? Uh,
No, no, no. It was actually not that difficult because I got the right kind of teachers and the support, and plus, like my mom has always been like given me the liberty to do what I want, you know, as long as I was like studying and doing a job and stuff. Like I was like doing as much as music as possible, and that actually really helped. And I was able to do that like for a pretty long time before I made it my full-time career. So it's hard to to jump into it immediately, but slowly and gradually it is possible for sure. Yeah.
like, what were the obstacles that you faced during this period? In like we get to see or hear the news that entering Bollywood or entering in a industry without having any support from there, it's quite difficult. So, how was the journey for you?
Um, the I mean, I'm not, I wouldn't say like I'm part of like the Bollywood industry and all. Like I'm based in Ahmedabad, and and I'm an independent artist. So I have my own original music, and I'm like mostly involved in the indie scene, I guess. I don't know what these things are called, but yeah, so I am like, but yeah, you're right. Like I am part of the music industry and music community, and this is great. I'm sorry, like, what was your question again? About the.
Yeah. How, like, what were the obstacles that you faced while you joined this industry over here?
Got it. Um, um, I mean, like, I think the main obstacles, I guess, were just lack of venues and events and organizers and like just lack of things happening because I live in Ahmedabad and there are not too many things happening. I had to like travel to so many places to actually collaborate with artists, play in different venues, and I was able to do that luckily with my band as well across the country. I was able to play in many places, and but like the main thing is also like figure out how to like sustain this because it's hard to like even like make money out of all of these things. So it's so like there were a lot of challenges like the sustainability part and lack of resources and things like that. Yeah.
For the students who have the passion for music, like most of our students in are in 11, 12, grade 11 and 12.
Mhm.
So, like, what are the things they should do if they want to make a career in music?
I mean, um, I think it's just about figuring out like what you I mean, I think it's just like if you're a musician and if you have an instrument or if you're a vocalist or a producer, I think main thing is just to keep playing the instrument or keep practicing and creating, like if you keep doing that and if you enjoy that process, everything else will happen, much more easily. So I feel like that's the only suggestion, at least in the learning stage. So that's all that should matter, like just focusing on the art. And then once you get out of school, college, you can start, I guess, figuring out the business side of things. Yeah.
Okay. There are many students who want to switch their career. So what would you like to tell them? Like should they study like you studied till college and have a degree, or they should start pursuing music from a younger age?
Um, um, like I feel like I mean like first of all, degree is not required. I don't have a degree in music. I don't have a certificate also in music, but I have like awards and all, which came much later. But like to start off, you don't really need anything. Music, luckily, is not a field like that, at least in India. You don't, or even elsewhere, you don't really need a degree to pursue music, I think. And starting from an early age, also it's very subjective and depends on like the luck factor, right? Like not everyone is born with that opportunity or with the family of musicians and all. So it's not everyone will get exposed to it at an early age. So it's really not a criteria. If you're lucky, you are lucky. But even if you're not at school, you can work hard and make up for those years. Yeah.
What are the things they should follow or do to be a good musician in their life? Like, what are the things they
Um,
should do, or the skills they should have to be a successful musician? Because it is something that needs a lot of require and patience. According to me,
mhm,
that's what I think that being in the art field requires lots of patience and hard work to achieve where one are great musicians or singers are.
mhm,
So it is something that requires a lot of time also, and these students as they're preparing for their school examination, and some are also preparing for the NEET examination or any entrance examinations, so they require a lot of time over there also. And
yeah.
then to practice music, because sometimes this happens that they get out of practice. So how these are some things that they can manage in their life right now.
Um, I think like honestly, right, I mean, I feel like the priorities do change for everyone. Like, although I believe in discipline, it's important to like practice every day. Like, that's what I tell everyone and my students. Like take out at least half an hour to 1 hour minimum and practice every day. But I understand that life is like takes you in different directions, and it's hard to like follow that throughout. So I guess like I mean this it depends on the priority. If the NEET exams are actually that demanding like and stressful, like I would suggest them to like just focus on that and get that done first, because music is not going anywhere, right? Like there is no contest or exam going on for music, so it's chill. Like it's not a necessity to work that hard, especially when they have other things on their plate. So it should come naturally, I think. Yeah.
Is are there any good like we know that you own a music school, free bird schools, and what like how they can approach you or join you for the music sessions because most of our students they stay in UAE. Okay, so how they can join you or get guidance under you?
Um, so like the so I started my school like 6 months ago, last year, and the idea was that I wanted to like build a space where anyone could like approach, like anyone who wants to just be a part of a learning community of musicians, like can just be a part of it, where you get to learn and get the guidance from industry professionals and veterans and you so I like started it independently by just of teaching guitar and like music composition theory, music business, and now I have like other instructors on board teaching other instruments and even like production and other things. Like this is a hybrid thing where people are learning online across the world and offline in Ahmedabad here. So I also do these weekly jam sessions. That where all the students come together and play with each other and learn from each other. So that's the idea, and anyone can be a part of this program. Like the Freebird School of Music page is already there, like on Instagram. It's called Freebird School of Music, and there is also Google form attached to it and a message option. In fact, I will like just write down the email ID here, so if anyone wants to like reach out, can like just email me on this, and I'm happy to like schedule a free demo class with you to discuss how I can help you out and how you can be a part of the program. Yeah.
So what was like there must be some thought came to you like maybe we get to know like one night some thought came and people switched their career. So was that with you also that suddenly you switched into music or this was like planned something like you wanted to study and then come to music?
No, I always wanted to do music. I never like suddenly switched to it. I was always doing it. But like I would say, like technically, I started doing it full time and not depending on a job income. Like only last year, early last year, when I decided to quit my job one day and just start this thing, start this music school and the event space that I have, because I felt like I was yeah, like I felt like I had more freedom with my own project, and I could do a lot more than what I was learning or benefiting or doing the job. So that's like a personal decision that I made to like do it. But not everyone is an entrepreneur or so it's hard to like start something of your own. So it's like it's all right to have a job and still do music on the side. There are a lot of people doing it very well, and it's all right to do it. So being completely independent is extremely hard, and it's not necessary either. So yeah.
Okay. And actually, I wanted to know that what is the like difference between doing independent music or doing something under the label? So, if can you explain them to the audience?
Sure. So independent music is when you are like creating and funding everything yourself, or in collaboration, but again with independent artists. And we're working with a label is when the label is like investing in your project, or yeah, like financially or with resources or with creativity, and then like the label is basically supporting the artist to push the music out there through marketing and all of that, and make it more sustainable or scalable, I guess scalable for the artist. So I think that's when a label comes in. But then Um, today, like I've never worked with a label. So like I've been doing it independently, and so far I've managed to do it. But yeah, like depends on what kind of deal you get with the label. Sometimes it can be really beneficial, and it can be a win-win deal. Sometimes it cannot. So it really depends. But yeah, that's the main difference. Yeah.
So someone who wants to enter into a music industry, so for in the beginning, should they join a label or should they pursue their career in as an independent artist?
It depends. Like if you get a label deal immediately, that's great because then you don't have to go through the hassle of figuring out the budgeting, investments, uh, finding out the resources and marketing. You don't have to worry about those things. You just need to make music based on the mutually agreed, type of music and number of songs, I guess. Um, so you can go for it. But like I feel like if you want to like learn the entire process and do and eventually be independent and have control over what you do, I guess like just it's better to start off doing it independently so you know the entire process how it works in and out, and then even if you don't get a label or if you want to quit if you want to like quit working with a label or something like that, you don't have to be dependent on someone, so it's important to at least learn the process even if you don't end up doing it later, like it's always helpful to know what it's like so that you can always fall back to it, yeah.
And there are in corporate, as we say that doing internships before the job is very helpful. So is there same scenario happening in the music industry also, like doing jams and practicing from like taking participation in a music competition? Do they help students also in the music career?
Like the music competitions and colleges.
Yes, yes.
Uh, yeah, like there are many colleges with these music clubs and these fest like college festivals and all of that stuff does happen, so those things are like quite like I've seen certain colleges where they're actively doing a lot of things, constant like doing jamming performance, even like other music related things. So like I was like a judge in one of the IIT Gandhinagar competition, band competition, and there were a lot of great college bands who took part in it, and each of them had a college club as well, and they've been practicing throughout the year. And it was great to see that kind of culture going on in college, So I feel like colleges do play a big role, in terms of um, uh, encouraging people to also like do music along with what they're doing. Yeah.
So, like, which are some of the best college which a student can pursue for having a career in music in India? If you can give some names.
Okay, so for like full-time music, yeah, I mean there are a few colleges which I know of. Like there is GMI in Delhi, Global Music Institute. I did a workshop masterclass there recently for music production, so that's a great space. And then there is SAM, Swarnabhumi Academy in Pondicherry. That's also a great place for I know a lot of musicians who have graduated from there and they're all great. So that's a good place to learn and pursue music. Then there is True School of Music in Bombay. There's NMIMS also of Performing Arts in Bombay. So yeah, these are the four colleges I know in India. There are many other schools, academies, just like how I'm running Freebird School. There are many other places which are also a lot more established and all. But like at least the four colleges I can think of are this, and plus obviously even like more uh, like like the more popular ones are like even KM Conservatory by A.R. Rahman and all. So that's also there. Yeah, so these are the colleges.
What will be the and is there any particular degree a student needs to have for joining these college, or a student from science background or a commerce background can join these colleges?
Um, Anyone can join. these colleges. I don't think there's any prerequisite except for, yeah, you just need to be a 12th graduate probably. I have never studied in a music college, so I don't know. But I don't think there is any kind of requirement like that. Yeah.
And what are the difference between joining those big names of colleges or joining an like free like your school, your music school? What will be the difference in joining in between those schools?
The difference would be obviously the fees, which I mean that will be a lot more expensive. Plus, like they'll give you the infrastructure and all the resources, like they have campuses and all the equipment and studio and everything. So that is an advantage for sure. They'll have, I think, a lot more students learning offline on campus. So that's also a better advantage. So yeah, so those are like properly established schools which have fundings and they've been running for years. So so yeah, if someone who doesn't want to go all out by spending so much and taking and committing to it full time. For them, like my options like Freeport School is more feasible and suggestible, but those colleges are definitely something that someone can do it full time on campus and offline. Yeah.
Sir, could you please tell us about your school? What are the curriculums and how things take place over there?
There are different courses that we offer. You have like the performing arts of music course where you can choose an instrument or vocals, like the guitar or singing, keyboard, drums. You can pick any instrument that you want to learn, major in. And then along with that, you also we also offer other minor subjects, and some of them are compulsory. Like for example, music business, music theory or training, um, even other kinds of sessions apart from the informative ones like the jam sessions and recording sessions and all. So also like these student showcase performances and all. So like basically it's a mixed experience where it's like more like a program rather than just learning something from a book or a course, right? So once they join the program, we do it in batches, and each batch, it's a limited seat thing, and like only like 20, we take only like 20 seats for that program, and so that those students get to be part of all of those experiences, and it's like a holistic experience that we provide. Yeah,
Can the student join in an online mode or an hybrid mode? Your
yeah,
school.
that's absolutely possible. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, we have a question from Natasha ma'am.
Mhm.
I'm just reading out the question to you.
Mhm.
Her question is, do you think having certification from institute like Trinity College, London, provide an extra edge in the music industry?
I mean, it depends. Like, if you want to get into teaching, then yes, like it does help because people ask for your qualification when like they want to learn from you, I guess. But not everyone asks that, but a lot of people do. So yeah, so having a degree in that sense helps. Apart from that, I don't see any use case of those things. You just need to be good at what you're doing and go have and just learn how to work with people and build your own brand and connections and get like so that all of those things are more important, like the practical stuff rather than the degree. So the degree will just help you like have something on paper and tell people that this is legit, but apart from that I don't see any other use case of that. Yeah.
We have one more question from Samarth. He wants to know how do you manage time between your academics and music in grade 12?
um like um I divided my time. I studied, managed to get decent marks, and I did music. I did manage to do it because again, like I had the freedom and the support and the people, right kind of people around me. So I did it. There was no strategy or anything that I used, honestly. It was as long as I was able to study and get good marks, the rest of the time I dedicated for my music. But obviously, everyone has to make sacrifices, right? Like you cannot like do everything socializing, hanging with friends, chilling. You can't do all of that if you want to manage academics and music. So you have to make certain sacrifices to be able to do it. That's what I did. Yeah.
And we have another question. Hi, sir. I am an aspiring music producer. I just wanted to know which degree would be suitable for a transition towards music.
Um, a transition towards music. I guess a music degree, like just go. There are music degrees as well. A lot more outside the country, but if well, no matter what you studied, if you if you specifically want to go to school and get a degree, yeah, go for like a performing arts degree, or if you want to get into production, composition, go and get into that. Or if you want to get into music business, do like you can go for that as well. So there are options available. We also provide these courses, and so yeah, like these degrees will at least help you like get an idea of the entire music industry and how it works, and develop certain skills in order to navigate in getting work. Yeah.
Sir, I just wanted to know for like what are some of the things there I like we get to know that there are people who will pull you down in these industries. So have you faced something similar in your life
Sorry, can you
where
repeat
people
that?
pull you down? Yeah, I was just saying that we get to know like people tends to pull down the artist who is just independent artist and someone who is rising in their career. We get to see this news in the on television and on internet. So are these things common for an independent artist also? Like big labels will try to pull you down or destroy your career, something like that.
Yeah, I mean that kind of stuff happens. I think in all age groups, right? Like everywhere. Even when I was young. I mean, I don't have any specific personal examples, but I'm just saying that people will always comment, try to pull you down every time, right? Even from school, starting from schooling years to college or jobs or wherever you go, there will always be certain people who will do these kind of things, right? So, uh, like the sooner you realize that the world consists of such people, like it's better because you have to just learn how to deal with this and just not bother about it. Obviously the most important to pursue what you want to do and what is right for you, and like not don't let anyone stop you in the process. Yeah.
Okay. So, sir, how can a student who is studying in class grade 11 or 12 or like in 10, 11, 12, so how can they like have a career plan towards music from this age?
Um, like from grade 11, 12, you're asking.
Yes, yes.
Um, uh, so So that is the most crucial year, obviously, because that's when people decide like the college, and then followed by a job. So like, and plus like it's a huge investment also, right? Like if you're deciding which college to go to, what stream, and
Yes.
all of that, like it's an important decision because then you're investing 3 to 5 years of your time and money into that. I mean, I guess it's parents' money for a lot of people. So it's crucial to take the call right there. And not everyone will get that support and the liberty to choose a music college at that time. So even I couldn't go for a music college at that time because a lot of the music colleges, at least in India or anywhere, like are quite expensive also, unless it's a Indian classical thing. So even I couldn't go to college, and I think it's all right, like to like go with the flow, based on what's working out in those circumstances. If you can afford to, like if money is not the problem, then maybe try convincing your parents to send you to a music school. But if it's a problem, like just go with the flow. It's not a big deal. Like you're not losing out or missing out on much by not going to music college. Yeah, that's the truth.
So we have a question that I asked. Yeah. With rise in AI in music creation, how do you envision the relationship between human musician and technology evolving?
Um, so I mean, AI is like a really interesting thing that's phenomena that's happening, right? And you can now do whatever you want using AI. So like even the creation process has become like a lot. Like now there is like AI is basically making music now. So you technically you can use that AI to make music and do whatever you want with it. So it's a very interesting thing, and I think people are still figuring out uh, uh, how to go about it. But a lot of people are already using it in their work. A lot of people are using it for fun. A lot of people don't know about it. All kinds of things are happening. And I'm also somewhere in between figuring out. Like I use it sometimes when I need it, like maybe like if I just maybe need some ideas or if I'm short of time and like want to do get done something quickly. Like I do end up using certain tools, but there's no fun in that, I would say. Like it just helps for a quick solution. But like if you want to like actually do it properly, you have to like I prefer doing everything from scratch and making music naturally on my instrument or in my DAW or things like that. Like I don't really use these kind of tools much. But then lot of people are using it extensively, and there is no right and wrong. So yeah, that's there. Like, did I answer the question completely? Just checking what the rest of the question was. Vision the relationship between human musicians and technology evolving. Okay. Uh, yeah, it's scary, honestly. That's the only comment. Like it's scary how AI is making crazy music, and humans have always been making crazy music, but AI is also like doing that now, and I don't know where this is going, but it's already happening, so I don't know what's next. Yeah.
Charlie wants to know how to become an artist.
Um, like become an artist. So, I mean, being an artist, I guess we have to first figure out what the definition of being an artist is. Like, I like when I say that I'm an independent artist, what I mean by that is that I write my own songs and perform them and try to make this into a career, right? That's what I mean when I say an artist. I don't know if there's another definition, but yeah. So like in order to do that, there are a lot of steps involved. Okay, so I think the first step is to obviously learn music to be able to create good music, and then you start creating and then collaborating with different artists to complete that process of maybe do like a performance or like recording. So get the like record what you're creating, and then after the production, like put it out there, share it with people, and play it live as well, and keep doing that and doing that. Try to build that community, a fan base of yours, and make it sustainable for you. And then later think about scalability. So yeah, so that, I think that's the process for me. And yeah, that's how you can be an artist in this context. Yes.
So Padmali had asked a question earlier that which
Mhm.
degree would be suitable for a transition towards music. So it's a second like coming to a question she wanted to know. I mean, which I meant to ask which engineering degree would be favorable, electrical sound or computer engineering?
Electrical sound. I don't know about that degree. Uh, I know about computer degree. I mean, like computer engineering. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, based on these two options, electrical sound sounds more like leaning towards music. But I think it's called sound engineering. I think that's what it's called. So if you learn sound engineering, you at least get to learn the physics behind how sound functions and using technology as well. So like digital signals, analog signals, and things like that. You know, you get to learn that entire process, acoustics and miking and all of that. So if you learn that, transitioning to music is obviously the best because then you are aware of sound. Now you just need to learn music. So if you then mix both, you will be able to record, produce, and all of that. So yeah, so I think sound engineering is like a great transition towards music for sure.
So for the people who want to become an independent artist, could you just let them know like what are the backlash of being an independent artist, or what are the hustles that they have to go through while becoming an independent artist?
Um, like I said, like there are a lot of challenges. You for the first challenge is to be able to play your instrument or like first learn how to create music, right? So that's the first challenge which you need to overcome by practicing and learning. Then the next challenge is to figure out how to get things recorded in the studio or in your software, in your laptop and all. So then that's where the technology and the space comes into play. Then during the process, you might also have to collaborate with people like a producer or other art singers or band members. So that's another challenge where you have to start meeting people and working with them. And then also comes the funding side of things where you need to invest in and pay the people you're working with, pay for the studio rent, all of those things. So then you have to make money to invest into this project. And then comes like after you create everything, then comes sharing it with the world and marketing it to people. So then for that's also another challenge. You have to learn how to market and how to yeah, like go about that process. And then finally, when the audience start listening to music and they want to hear it live, then you have to plan a tour and start playing it live, right? So that's the last challenge where you actually plan a tour and sell tickets and play live. So these are like the step-by-step challenges, and I mean I'm happy to like break it down and diagnose each challenge. Like it's like part of music business actually that I also offer, and it's also part of consultancy sessions that I do. So yeah, so these are the challenges in order to be an indie artist.
So Padmali wants to know what are good sound engineering colleges in India.
For sound engineering, like I'm not too sure. I think there is these schools that I mentioned. They might offer sound engineering, like whatever I mentioned earlier, like maybe like True School, GMI, SAM, or KM Conservatory. They probably do offer that as well. There are other colleges which I will let you know. I can't think on the top of my mind right now.
Okay, sir. Sir, like that we had a question like AI coming into music. So, what will be the future of AI in the music industry? Because as we are getting to know that AI is getting into every sector and every job market. So, what will be the future of AI in the music industry?
Um, I think like the AI is already here and it's already doing yeah, it's already eliminated a lot of like, pretty much all the steps to make music and all that, right? So that's it's like earlier the thought of that happening was it's so scary and thinking that we will all lose our jobs. But it does already happen and not all of us have lost our jobs. Like we've all adapted to it and we're using it to our own advantage. So I think every time something develops, we will figure out way to use it for our own advantage. That's how I think humans work and we have to do that for a living. So, yeah, I don't think anything's gonna really, I mean, nothing that crazy is gonna happen, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I might be wrong,
Um,
but yeah.
yeah. So is there any more questions if anyone wants to? Yeah, ma'am has asked, who is your favorite musician, yeah, band of all the times?
My favorite artist currently is John Mayer. Yeah, like I mean I've mentioned it a lot, and John Mayer is one of my favorite artists because he's a guitarist, singer, performer. He's a songwriter, and like I mean he's great at whatever he does, and he writes great music, and I really like listening to him, and I've been inspired from his work a lot. And yeah, and I hope to like also see him live someday. Yeah.
Uh, do we have any more questions? So all the audience can write their question in the chat box. So, what is your biggest fear as a musician?
My biggest fear is losing my limbs because I won't be able to play guitar or any instrument then. So, or losing my voice, I won't be able to sing. So, yeah, these are my greatest fears because these are like physical barriers, obviously, in music, at least live music. Yeah.
We have a question. What are the courses your institute for music production has for music production?
What are the courses we have for music production? Music production itself is the course. Like in that, we'll be covering a lot of other things like, composition, arrangement, a little bit of mix master, all of that, and um, yeah, and plus some additional like music theory and music business additional sessions of those things as well. Yeah.
We have a question. What's the music business?
Um, what's the music business?
Yes,
Like
sir.
I said, how if you want to be an independent artist or if you want to start your own music company or like a label or event space or a music school or whatever, like you need to learn how to do the business side of things. So that's what music business is about because like you need to just learn how to like make it into a business where you can make money and make it a sustainable project. Yeah.
Do we have any more questions? Sir, do you want to share anything, any fun fact or any fun incident of your life, maybe with the audience?
Any fun fact? Um, 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 any fun fact? What fun fact?
Like a
Um,
fun incidents of your life while you were like new to the music industry. Any incident that you want to share?
I think like what um, the most fun incident I would like to share is yeah, I think just at being like being a fan, that's also like really important. Like when I sometimes attend concerts and festivals of other big artists or even like other indie artists, like I like just being there as a fan and listening to them is like a lot of fun because then you get to be part of someone else's world, some other artist's world, and part of their community as well. So that feels really great because although it's the same industry, but it's a whole different, feels like a different circle altogether because of the community and because of the art, right? So that is like, I think the most fun to just step out of your own artist spot position and experience from the viewers or listeners point of view and then come back and do it differently or the same way. That's the most fun thing.
Sir, could you just sing a few lines for us and for the audience? We would love to hear you live.
Um, I mean, I can play something on my guitar. I'll just get my acoustic guitar.
Sure, sir, that would be great. If you have any more questions, everyone can write those in the chat box.
So I have my acoustic here. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So
Thank you a lot. Uh, sir, it's my personal question. Like, how was your experience with Yash, sir?
it was great. Like, I mean, that was a very different subject and department, and that was back in grade, when I was in grade 12. So I learned like something around physics, maths, and it was a great experience. Yash sir is very cool and a great teacher, and if anyone wants to learn uh, like these subjects, I would highly recommend him. And yeah, yeah. Thank you for like contacting me and bringing me on board for this. Yeah,
That was Yash, sir, who just who like wanted to have a session with you because there are many students who are into music. So he told me to connect with you, and thank you for your timing, sir. Thank you for joining the session, and
absolutely.
your we hope that you enjoyed the session, and thank you for giving. We have a question. Sorry. What's the advantage of choosing a music as a career?
Like it's the best option out there. So there is all the advantage. Yes, that's what I have to say.
We hope you enjoyed the experience as much as we did, and thank you for connecting. And hopefully, we can connect in the future also for our students. Yes, sir has a message for you in the chat box. If you can just check the chat box.
I just read it. Love you too, sir. Love you all. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm like, I had a great time chatting with you all and answering your questions. Like, if you feel free to reach out to me anytime, I'm always available on Instagram, emails. So just ping me anytime you have something.
And our students can connect with you, or I will share them your school's email ID which you have shared. Yeah, I'll share it with the students who are interested, and they can then directly connect with you.
Sure, that sounds good. Okay.
I'm ending the live session over here, and thank you for joining, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.